Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host, Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Thrifty Canucks and Thrifty Thursday. Thrifty Canucks is hosted by Kim at Images by Kim, and Thrifty Thursday is hosted by Sherry at Turquoise Dreaming. Okay, so this is this week's haul, and I understand that I have gone out 2 weeks in a row. I will attribute some of it to I needed another sheet because I'm doing too much die playing, and the other is my brain has not been particularly happy, and unfortunately retail therapy is an actual thing. I think buying things is a momentary exertion of control, and I think that's why I'm probably doing some of this. Having said that, we're buying things at a thrift store for an art craft as opposed to I am buying really expensive things that I am never going to use. So let us get after it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you, which I think is pretty bananas. So I saw this. It is a deck of cards. It's really shiny, it's pretty. Oh, I understand now what that is. And I couldn't get into it to see what was inside. And of course, as we do from time to time, we take a chance because, isn't it pretty? So I get it home and I open it. And it's a legit deck of cards, but it is a gold deck of cards. Does this have the thing? Nope. So there's two decks, and the second deck has got the information in it. Okay, so I have this deck. This deck, second verse, same as the first. This one says certificate. Certificate of what, you may ask? It is a certificate of authenticity that this is gold foil laboratory test report, gold certificate. So it is 24 karat gold foiled playing cards. I thought this was all that in a bag of nuts, and it is, because I don't have in my stash any kind of gold anything. But you can actually buy cards that are specifically gold foiled on Amazon, in other specialty shops. Quite often it is, this is a money. So it's like United States has got Ben Franklin, I think, on it. And there were a couple of others that had bills as a representation. So I am going to go on a limb and say that this is some kind of Arabic monetary denomination. I usually, when I have a language that I encounter that I can't read or don't understand, I will use my Google Translate. So you can just download Google Translate, and then it will say detect language, and you use the picture feature. And it's really cool that there's gold foil, but I'm here to tell you, gold foil and cameras, yeah, not so much. So anyways, I have goiled gold foil cards. And let's have a look at the actual cards again. They're really quite pretty and interesting. They're just like this whole, like the look of it is so wild. Anyways, there we are. So that was my first fun thing. Oh, also under the banner of cards, I was at the art store, and the art store has got, my art store is Dessert. They have a place for brochures, you know, take a class, here's the local arts association, blah, blah, blah. And there were a pile of these playing cards. And these playing cards are actually business cards. And this person, Dee's Imagineering, the weird and whimsical, has got a deck of 52, but there's probably 13 or 12 or so cards. And I took these 3 as being the most interesting. And wide variety of stuff, really interesting. And I just thought that was such a fun and interesting way of being able to create a business card. And these cards could totally be journal cards. So that out of the way, first for books. This was a total no-brainer. This is a manual for business machines. Probably comes from a school because there is number 15. I don't know if anybody remembers, or was it a school at a time where you had books that opened this way? Usually like typing books and other kinds of things like that. I'm not 100 years old, but I am aware of these kind of books. So Ryerson Press, Midland Avenue Secondary School, the commercial area. And so this is just how to use adding machines, number codes. Let's do it this way so you can see there's information on both sides. It's got a lovely patina to it. It's just really, really yummy. And it's also like a really great journal page size, just like that. So, like I say, a total no-brainer to be able to get that. When I was selecting books yesterday, there were 2, maybe 3 people who were serious about it. They had their iPhones out and they were checking titles and so on and so forth. And I think they were unnerved by me just looking, and I took it, I basically did this and went, yep. Like that was the speed at which I made the decision. Like, no looking it up on the iPhone, no this, no that, no the other. And I did this again with this book, Canada, The Foundations of Its Future by Stephen Leacock. The astute viewer may recognize this book from some time ago, where this is my second copy. Now let's talk about second copies for a moment. There are a lot of channels that I watch, you know who you are, who have said, and this is my second copy of this, or I needed 3 copies so that I could cut something up and make a journal. Totally understand it. I get it to the power of the sun. If I were doing the same thing, I would want that as well. I have never done that, so I have never needed another copy of something. So this is my very first, I think, second copy of a book. And the reason why this is such a good second copy, or why I love it so much, is the quality of these pages is incredible. I'm essentially buying the paper. It takes washi tape, it takes paint, it doesn't crack. It's really, really high quality paper. I really, really love it. And I'm getting low on my current book. And I saw one in the wild a while ago and passed it up and then kicked myself afterwards for not picking it up. So I have a second book. This leads me to what I would call, just looking for something to write on, what I would call a junk journal badges. And I think there should be a badge for second copy. Like a rite of passage. I think we, or a bingo card or something where maybe it's a bingo card, because I think that would be certainly a lot easier to execute. But anyway, so I got this book, super happy for it. Then I got a pile of fabric, a bunch of which I just couldn't leave because it was fabulous. So first one is this, which is a tea towel, which is $3. Oops. It's probably the only one that I didn't take the price tag off of. And it is 2022. And then this is the picture, which is really pretty. So you can knock that, and that would make just a gorgeous journal cover. To my dear friend even is there, which is kind of fun. So lots of opportunity for fun and excitement with this tea towel. So there's that. I also really love this bird. I mean, this bird, fussy cut out and then stitched. That would be so nice. Next are 3 pieces of quilting fabric, like proper quilting fabric. And each one of them is a meter long. I think it's a meter. We should check, just for. So there's 1, 2, 3. Yep, it's a meter. So for any Americans, a meter is 39 inches. So it's close to a yard, but not quite. So this is just, I love it. And I think somebody was a quilter and is getting rid of some of their quilting material, because they also have this, which is beautiful orchids that goes like really nicely with that. And then the last one is this gold material, which I'm going to stand up again. Yes, you can see the pattern. So who was it? Somebody who is one of my slow stitch, on my slow stitch following, I follow them, had some material, and she called this kind of stuff where it is sort of monochromatic with a very specific print on it, kind of like fiber coloring book. And that idea just really resonated strongly with me. So for example, you could cut this out and then just stitch in the leaves and then the fronds and so on and so forth. Or I could make a quilt. So those are those 3. And so this would have been, at least here in Canada, ridiculously expensive, because these are gorgeous high quality quilt pieces. And they were $4 each, I think. So I am 100% happy with that. This, I think, is a tablecloth. Super inexpensive. I think it was also like $5. I'm not going to unfold the whole thing, but I am going to unfold it so that you can see where the border is. This is another beautifully patterned, there's the border, piece of fabric. It is large. It would be great as a backing. Just a really nice solid cotton. And another nice piece of material to stitch on if you wanted to. But wouldn't that be beautiful backing for like a blue and green quilt? Yes, it would be. So there's that. Getting near the end here. So Another fitted sheet, super inexpensive, 100% cotton, queen size, so that should keep me in material for at least another week. And last but not least, has nothing to do with a quilt or anything, and this is a towel, and I needed a cat towel. So that's what this is, and nice and big, nice and fluffy. We'll get it washed, and then we'll start to use that. So I think that is, oh, no, at least one more story. So I found $20.05. Two separate places. I found the nickel first, and I always stop and pick up change. I call it road change, and I used to do long distance running a while back, and I would always pick up any road change because you were running the same routes as other long distance runners and also bikers, and people are, you know, scuffling around trying to get this, that, and the other thing out of their pockets, and quite often change would pop out. And so I got really good at being able to see change because it has a very regular shape and a very specific glint in the sun. So I saw this and I went, oh yeah, I'll have that. And I felt rich beyond my means. I collect it. It's just a thing. I don't know why. And then sometime later, completely different location, several kilometers away, I found this floating in the parking lot. No owner at all. So I decided to pick it up, and I will take it to the bank and exchange it, because while this is taped poorly, it actually is, I believe, tender, and you have the value of whatever portion. And because this is actually a complete 20, I get a 20. So I found like $20.05. So this could be the payment for my fabric, let's say. So that, I think, is all of the things that I have been able to get up to. I will leave you to it. Please like and subscribe for more episodes. Drop me a comment if you have this to say about that, and we'll see you real soon. Bye now.